Hey, what's up everybody? So I want to make this video because I'm in the forums chatting with people and we're still having this discussion back and forth of, I'm on a sweet spot plan. I'm super aerobically fit. Well, I'm on a polarized plan. I can go really hard and then I go easy. And it kind of goes back and forth, and people have fallen into these camps of aerobic fitness and I'm sweet spotting and I'm getting that intensity and I'm building my FTP. And then the other group that is really good at VO2 max, really good at going hard. And for some reason they're clashing, and I'm having a hard time understanding, because why don't we use both? They both have a really good benefit, but at different points in time. And I almost want to, play the game, and everyone is really excited about building FTP, which is an important thing to do, but it's not the only thing to do. And if you've been on any of these videos in this channel, you understand why now. You can build your FTP but not be ready to race and not be ready for group rides. It's the surges and the other dynamic aspects of riding a bicycle that you'll be missing. But let's just have a conversation about this. I think sweet spot is a great thing, but people get in this groove of it's working, and then they decide that that's the only thing that they need to do. And same thing with polarization. People see some gains from VO2 max work and like, oh, this is working. This is all I have to do. So if you only do sweet spot, though, you can't handle the surges. So people can ride far at a high percentage of their FTP, but things go above FTP and they struggle. People that are just doing polarized, going out and doing a couple workouts that are really hard, they don't have the aerobic ability to get towards the end of the group ride to unleash these efforts, so they're coming up disappointed. So if you really think, though, if you want to build your overall engine, let's talk FTP for a minute, and you're using sweet spot, and probably if you're going to break out your, let's say, training calendar classically, you're probably applying that in like the second part of your build. You've come out of base, you've got a good aerobic foundation, and you're starting to use this after you've done some longer tempo efforts. You might be using WKO and guiding your durations by time to exhaustion, all really good things. There's a place for sweet spot in there. I would say maybe for 2 weeks, and then you're moving on to threshold efforts. Now, at the same time, once you go through like an intensive aerobic block and you stop making gains, you're going to start using VO2 max to push out your FTP ceiling, the aerobic maximum of what you can accomplish as a cyclist, right? So, or you might be coming out of the build and it's starting, if it was a normal year, not COVID, you'd be getting into race season. So you definitely want to be hitting those VO2 max efforts. So that's when you would apply those. And then, you come back and you're doing FTP work and you're seeing gains there because you've pushed out the ceiling. So the two things interplay, whether we're going from sweet spot through FTP to VO2 max and then back down. It's not just, we don't just want to work one or the other. We don't need to be in one camp or the other. Like, we can all play nicely together. I think also you just got to be careful where you're taking all the information from, because especially, even fact check me, but when there's things that, when people are saying, oh, pros don't, it's all this like pros from the polarized camp, which is one thing that is hard for me to absorb, because none of us are pros. We don't live like pros. Very few of us train like pros. So why do we think our training needs to be like a pro? Like when they say like, oh, there's no time spent in tempo. A lot of a bike race is spent in tempo. Go through pros workouts and see what they're actually riding in. It's not just easy coasting and really, really hard. And I don't know any pro that's just doing sweet spot 4 times a week. So if you want to compare yourself to a pro, which I wouldn't recommend, but actually look through what you're comparing, not just what other people are telling you is happening. They're doing a little bit of everything. And it's a progression from a sweet spot type work to a polarized type work to building FTP to becoming a stronger cyclist. So integrate it all. And again, if you do the same stimulus over and over again, you hit a plateau. And definitely read through the blogs, read through the forums. Like, that is just what happens when people pick a camp and stick to it. So when you find something that's working for you, whether you're building FTP, whether you're building aerobic fitness, whether you're building your maximal aerobic fitness, at some point those gains stop and you need to ask yourself, okay, what am I using these gains for? What event specific, race specific, group ride specific, what specific to you as a cyclist are you using these for? And what's the next step, right? Like there's a next block. You're not doing the same thing over and over again. Or if you're doing the same system, you're progressing time, intensity. So there's a moving forward. And then when you're getting to racing, a lot of the fitness comes from racing. You're applying this all to the races, and then you're recovering, you're staying sharp. So where are you growing to? Where are you going to? Where have you been? And this all plays together. So don't be a sweet spot camper. Don't be a polarized camper. Be a getting faster bike rider. I mean, it's as easy as that. All right? Hope you guys have a great day. And I don't have the things on hand, but man, I'm going to make a whole blog about it, about the recovery, because I just did some crazy 3-week block and a lot of miles and Hello Blue CBD. If you go to their website and use the code Brendan15, not only do you get 15% off, you get free active muscle butter, which is my go-to all the time. If you're not following me on Instagram, I post a lot of these quick stories and tips at Brendan Hausler and also at Evoke Bike. So email me if you have questions, brendan@evoke.bike, and we'll talk to you soon. See ya.